Hello, Tarek. How are you? Good to see you here. Thank you, Tarek Chan. I'm good. Still hoping this forest fire smog goes away soon. Hello, dear. Good to see you. Yeah, we still have a smog from the forest fire. It's only about 2.5 hours away from here. It's about 170 fires that are going around British Columbia. Some are like 6 hours away, some are 2 hours away, and so on. So firefighters are trying day and night. Still haven't been able to control more than 10% of the fire. It's over 4,000 hectares. That's a disaster. I hope for next year they would be able to come up with some preventative measures. I don't know how that would be. I'm not an expert in that, but it's a hope that everybody has, so they don't have to, so people wouldn't have to be subjected to such horrendous lifestyle changes and hazards for people and for firefighters and for everything else, also the cost of it. So we hope for that. Juan, hello dear, good to see you. Priyank, hello dear, lovely to see everybody here. Yes, Greece, what a beautiful place. I hear a lot about Greece. The white sand and the white houses around the beach and all that. The fantasy type of stories. So while we're waiting for the others to join us, you can throw in any questions that you have, and hopefully you've had a good week and things are sorting out in your way wherever you are, and you're able to negotiate your day-to-day life as best as you can. Hopefully that the things that we talk about here would be of some help to figure out things and enhance your understanding of your own psyche and how to look at things and know the role that the psyche plays in how you feel, how you act and react, your thoughts, consciousness, fears, desires, and ego, all at work when you feel the way you feel, when you see how you see, including your relationships and after breakups and so on and so forth. So, with that hope that these talks, which are now marking 1 year anniversary of it, which I'm sure you all know, because of this 1 year anniversary, I have made an effort to listen to your requests that you all, many of you, hundreds of you wrote me that you all want to have these books, but the books are expensive. And I listened to it. Yes, they're expensive because they're made out of paper. And they're heavy shipment. So this one, the Breakup Pain Handbook, it's over 600 pages. and this one, the Me, My Psyche and I, it's 360 or so pages. And the transient thoughts on me, which is about the thoughts that appear in your head and you didn't invite them, they're unwanted, and you wonder, where did they come from? What does it mean? Do they represent me? Does it have anything to do with how I am, what I am? and all that discussed here. These are all heavy books, so the shipment of it costs a fortune. The prices, so the big one is $108, and the other two are $80 each. So because I listen to you guys, I turn them into ebooks, and the big one is $34.99, and the Me, My Psyche, and I was $26.99, and then the other one was $20. But then again, I saw that you guys are still talking about the difference of currency between US dollar, which they're in US dollar, are sold on my site, and your currency would make it still very expensive. So now, because of the anniversary, again, I listen to you guys, and my real purpose is for you guys to have these books. So having forgone the economic objectives of this site and all that, I have now made it to be at a price that none of you can have any excuse, regardless of what currency you use and whatever. One of you has actually made a comment, says now the prices are like a price of a coffee, which is true. So now, if you go on my site, mindthatseekstruth.com, mindthatseekstruth.com, I'll put the link up there. This one, which is $108 in paper, is now $6.99 for ebook version. Still, the paper price is the same because I can't change that. But the ebook have now slashed to $6.99. This one, which is the favorite book of, sells the most because it pertains to life and everything else, Me, My Psyche, and I, this is now $5.99. This is now very, very nominal and affordable, and this one is $4.99. The reason I'm saying this to you now, because I want you guys to know that I listened, and there is no economic values for me now as what you can see, because by the time the PayPal gets their cut and then marketing company gets it, there's really nothing here that I would be using this for that. Its purpose is for you guys to be able to get your hands on it with no excuses and wouldn't cost you much. So now you have no excuses. I've done my part. I've done the videos over 500 and so on the YouTube channel, which has, you've all been helped and you've all said it. The live talks are going for 1 year, 2 times a week, and it costing you nothing. And all the emails that I could have answered, I've answered to the point that I've got the pain in my wrist. And now the ebooks are so nominally priced that none of you can have any excuses. So I can now make sure you guys can have it. Please go ahead on my site, mindthatseekstruth.com, and get the book that you want. Look at the table of contents, see which one suits your needs, and read a sample chapter, and then you will choose it. And I'm then confident that it's not going to hurt you financially, but it's a way to make sure you will have one of these copies on the ebook version at your home, so it can be helpful to you. Having said that, now say hello. Let's say hello to Joy Jackson from South Africa. Prince, what are you doing? Come into the scene. You're on the sideline. It tells me. Whoever is watching and not coming in, it tells me here. So you guys better be present. So Priyank says, what is better, to marry someone who loves you or the person you love? Ah, good question. If they're two different persons, what's your view on this? Neither one. Because getting married is not a business transaction. At least it's not supposed to be. And it's not supposed to be the ego-driven, that I will marry you because you love me and I want to be loved. Because the whole purpose of me being in this life is to be affirmed. And how I can be affirmed is if somebody loves me and does things for me, puts me on pedestal, and this and that, so forth. This is what most guys do to girls, and most girls try to do to the guys, that the feelings are not mutual. So, and the other one that you love, so what? You love that person. But what about that person? What about your portion? What about you? You can be very generous and be, giving and kind to someone. But what about you? I mean, you are somebody too, no? So, and it's not just 1 or 2 days. It's a lifetime supposedly to last. So it better be a two-way street. They both like and love each other, and not basis on physical appearance, because the physical appearance is always just like a wind, comes and goes. And it has to be on consciousness level. So there would be a time you guys will get to know each other, understand each other, and see how you bond, how you can tolerate each other, how you can compromise, how you can create a new order for both of you. As you know, each one of you, before getting together, have one order. And when the other one when you guys get to meet each other, then one of you interferes with the other one's order, and this one's order interferes with this other person's order. So it takes a while for you guys to come up to a new order, a collective order. And that is where the love can grow and be protected. Otherwise, if your love and interest is based on who you love or who loves you, well, that's only one part of the equation, isn't it? You know, it's supposed to be like a car, 2 wheels in front, 2 wheels in the back. Otherwise, it doesn't move, it doesn't get anywhere. So for that, it's not enough that you only love that person. That's only 2 wheels of the car. And it's not enough that the other person loves you, because that's only 2 wheels of the car. There's no honesty, there's no purity, there's no real connection, because only one of you in this equation is interested to the point of marriage and seriousness. So I'd say neither one. Go for door number 3. This must be Prince asking, say, how do you know I'm here? Well, the system lets me know. There's no mystic about it. I'm no mystic. So the system tells me who's watching, who's not watching. It's just the way it's been designed. So let's see what else we have here. Juan says, when we dream something good or bad, what is the meaning our dream are trying to tell something? I don't know. Most of the time, nothing. Most of the time, it's based on what you've been involved in during the day or during the past days, and your consciousness have been busy creating thoughts about that particular thing or project or subject or circumstance or scenario. So the imprints of it is strongly at the forefront of your head. So when you're calm and sleeping, those imprints have a chance to simply float and you become aware of it. And that's it, because you've been focused on it. I remember I used to invent products, things, new things to make things easier. I had this particular little gadget that it would be inserted in any prescription bottles. You know how you used to, when you go to pharmacy, they put some pills in a container and they close the cap and give it to you, and you want to take it, you open the cap, you invert it in your palm of the hand, and so many pills fall out, more than what you need. Then you got to put the rest back. And shaky hands of the elderly have problem with this, and young or old, the hand could be, dirty, or you've been in the middle of doing something and you want to take your pills, so all the pills come into the palm of the hand and gets contaminated. And you put them back, and they all now contaminate the rest of it. So that was the whole idea, the hygiene end of it. So I had this little gadget that I invented. In fact, blowing my own horn, I took it to one of the World Annual Inventors Expo in New York, and I got a silver medal for that very simple piece of plastic. And you would place it inside the container, any container, which later on I designed it to one size fits all. Any container this little piece of plastic would fit. You put it in, close the cap, you invert it while the lid is closed so nothing falls out. You bring it back to the upright position. Now you open the cap, and the pills are at the close proximity of your fingertips. That's how you would just take it and use it without contaminating the rest of the pills or having problem with shaky hands. Now, so when I would, where was I going with this? For God's sake, I forgot. Okay, I may remember later. Let's see what was the last question. What was the last question that it brought this to my mind? Here. So I invented this many years ago, like over I don't know, 30 years ago, and then then I produced some and sold to some pharmacies, and one of them bought 100,000. This and that. But the problem was that there was one size for one container, and there were 8 containers, so I had 8 different sizes. Now, if these pharmacies would not wait to buy it from me again, their containers, not the gadget, they would buy the containers from somewhere else than they used to buy it, if they would not wait for their head office to send it to them, so it would be the same size and my gadget would fit in. If they would bring those containers from somewhere else, then my gadget would drop through. It wouldn't stay at the top of a container, or wouldn't even go in, because the tolerance would be changed, the opening, because it was a different manufacturer giving them that container. Therefore, it wouldn't be fitting with what our measurement was. So, I stopped that. For 20 years later, I was thinking about it a little bit. But one night I was sleeping, and in my dreams came to me the solution for making this one size fits all. So there would be no 8 different sizes, and it doesn't matter where they would get the containers, it would always fit. That's because I've been thinking about it for the past while of it, or it was always in my consciousness as something that wasn't solved. And consciousness tries to constantly move its motors to find solutions. That's our brain is designed, to find for troubles and solve it. That's why we go through anxieties and we wonder about the things that hasn't even happened. We worry about them because the mind has gone and found trouble that doesn't even exist, because that's its job. So that happened to me, even though I wasn't trying to do anything about it, but it was there, and it was an unsolved thing. So it came to my dream because the material process was always at work to make things, that's the job of the brain, to make things work or find solution to things. And often it finds problems that doesn't even exist and wants to solve it. That's why we go through bad mood and anxiety and worry and fear and all that. So, long and the short is that most of them is nothing. And some of them, there are some things to it, intuition and all that. And I have heard examples that, sometimes there are some messages. I don't know the exact root of it, how it works, but I'm convinced that some of them do mean something. So mostly are, just take it as an information, but don't treat it like a divine thing has happened all the time. Juan says, drink more water and relax. Yeah. Was that your question? That but I did remember it now. So that's what happens when you like talking. Your stories sometimes get too involved, and you forget about what the point was. Now, Prince now. Sonia is here. Today looks like it's Prince's birthday. So happy birthday, Prince. Wish you a wonderful, wonderful year and years to come. Health and happiness. That's all that matters. That's all that matters. The rest is just nonsense. You're welcome, Prince. Now, another question comes in from Priyank. Priyank says, what is your view on spirituality and how this is possible that one thing is good for one religion and prohibited in other? Well, you just talked a little bit contradictory, because you said spirituality, then you talk religion. I see spirituality different than religion. Spirituality to me could mean different things to different people. To me is to be aware of your spirit and its connection with the universal energy and universal spirit, harmony with nature, understanding that we are all part of the energy of the universe and part of the same puzzle, part of the same collective, and our energy that is originating from one end of the universe and flows to the other end of the universe and passes through us, and trying to harness and become harmonized with this energy to be able to boost it more positively and to use it from all directions of the universe that it's flowing from one end to the other, passes through us, and we become center of this energy, and then use it to deal and advance or develop further in order to serve the universe, the nature, and ourselves and our families and humanity in general. And that's basically, to me, is a connection with the universe and nature. Religion, on the other hand, the way I see it, is a bunch of strict or set rules and regulations and beliefs and dogmas and taboos and things to do and not things to do, and so on and so forth, and a belief in a certain one source of as a creator. That's pretty much what my understanding is. Now there come different versions, but one thing that to me is common and shared between the religions, spirituality. I don't care what religion's name is, and I don't care what and how they describe their God. It all comes back to that one same thing, creator. Now, some call it universe, some call it nature, some call it God, some call it whatever they call it. But there is only one thing. Just because there are different sects have different paths to get to that same place, or they call something differently, that doesn't mean these are all different things. So really, spirituality and religions and the gods that they have, it's all really one. To me, religions and spirituality and all that is like a bunch of people want to climb a mountain. Everyone's goal is to reach the top, to go to the summit. So everyone has a common goal, regardless. But some of them are chubbier, some of them are more agile, some of them are fitter, some of them are trained. That's why they use different side of the mountain to climb. Some use the ropes, some use their fingers and climb up the rocks. Some go around the mountain, walk because they're not so fit or whatever. And some use whatever else they can use to, a car or a helicopter or whatever. But according to their abilities and agilities and fitness level, they choose different paths on the side of the mountain, but they're all having same goal of reaching the summit. And that's the beautiful part. So regardless of what your religion is and what you call it and what your rules and regulations on the side is, on the way to the summit, you got to stop a few times and eat a few times or breathe a few times or pray a few times or whatever. But the summit is the same. I don't care about the differences between rules, but they all have the same goal. They all want to become a better person, to reach closer to the Creator, to reflect that views of the Creator, the goals of the Creator, or the perfection of it, or strive for that stage of oneness with the Creator, which you call it God, nature, universe, energy, whatever it is, it's only one thing. Different names doesn't mean different things. I may call something different. I may call me, me. You may call you something else, but it's all that flesh, blood, and the energy that has created us. Mind and body. That's the entity that we know what our life and how our life is put together. So really, in essence, they are the same. But one of them is having a little bit of a different representation in the mind. The other one is a little bit more strict in rules and regulations. But they're all supposed to mean well. And they're supposed to make us all better person. So we can be better person for ourselves, to be more connected to the nature and universe, to help others the more we can, to be more compassionate, and develop those inner feelings that are most important, that makes us to be different than other things and call us human. Which unfortunately today, regardless of what religion people in the world have and governments are following, they're all so far away from that summit that we are all supposed to be striving for. Because they're all involved in killing each other, bombing each other, dominating each other, controlling each other. And that's not the way of religion or spirituality, and definitely not humanity. So that's all I have to say for that, and I hope that would be something that somehow answers your question. Prince says, thank you, Mehranjuna Sonia. You're quite welcome. So, now, Priyanka says, but how this is possible that there is only one God Almighty up there and nothing can happen without His permission? Then how come organizations who are killing each other can exist? Priyanka, I don't think in my talk I ever said that there is one Almighty sitting up there and nothing can happen without His permission and all these things that you said. I just said that, in my opinion, religions are supposed to be helping the advancement and development of each person, and to be able to understand this life and their connection to their God, whatever they call it, but in fact is connected to this creator of this universe. However you believe it has, there is only one creator, or one system, or one energy, or one universe, or whatever it is. That what one calls God or one calls the universe, it's all one. Different names doesn't mean it's so many different gods. Otherwise, then these gods should be also trying to get territories and so on. So all I'm trying to say is that, in my opinion, all religions are stemmed from peace and love, and they try to make their flocks be better human beings. I mean, that's supposed to be the nature of that whole, all religions. And the spirituality is the one that is basically doesn't believe in a certain particular rules, but just believes in love and compassion and oneness with the universal energy, and help things to develop and grow, make that kind of a effect on other things in this nature, human, animals, whatnot, to help them to survive and help them to develop and grow and experience this life in happy, which is, in my opinion, all religions aim for the same thing. Now, in somewhere something has gone wrong, and some people are using religion to expand their own agendas, which has nothing to do with that very religion that they're supposed to belong to. And that is seen all over the world in all different religions, and that means, unfortunately, human beings interfering with that divine idea of religion and compassion and love and cohesiveness and unity of human beings. And then we can discuss about this, again, all came from that whole idea of psychological security, that the cavemen tried to become stronger by bonding one with the other one to be against the other clan, and the clans are created, then tribes are created, and then they started using the same way of becoming strong through their beliefs and mentality, and they created certain things because of certain experiences. Then different religions, such as different groups, came to be in order to thrive and arrive to that psychological security. All that stems from there, and then some, attracted some different people to that belief, and some other different, and just like the groups created clans and tribes and nationalities for the purpose of becoming stronger and defend themselves from each other, which that by itself caused more of a destruction level, more of a division because of these groups were created. Religions also similarly started for good meanings and good reasons, and now ended up actually causing separation and division and conflicts because of their beliefs, which that very belief was supposed to make everybody unite and everybody love each other and become a better person. But yet that itself became a type of thinking, which that created the separation and division with the other types of thinking, which that is not the purpose of religion. The purpose of religion is supposed to include everybody. It doesn't matter what differences in opinion you have, what religion you have. Include everybody, because everybody is supposedly, in the religious beliefs, is children of that God, whatever their God is, or whatever they call that. So supposed to be all protecting each other, loving each other, being united with each other. But yet, religions have become a cause or way of finding differences today. And that's not the purpose of religion, in my opinion. The purpose of religion and spirituality are all supposed to bring more love and compassion and unity to human beings as one species. That's supposed to be the purpose of it. Now I believe all religions started with that, and their whole root is for the same, to make more compassion, love, and unity among people so they can live happily and strongly together. But some elements have now, for hundreds of years, have been using that in a weird way, causing religions to be an instrument of conflict. Again, that shows the shortcomings of human beings' mind that doesn't understand what the real reason for religion is. They think religion, that what they believe, is supposed to be the way for them to call themselves superior than the other religions, instead of finding common things that we all believe in something wonderful, divine, which is trying to help us to all be better person. Instead, they're trying to create a division using, I believe in a different set of rules and so on and so forth. But what they all claim to believe in is all the same. It can't be 10 million different gods. Besides India, which has 50 million gods. So, I hope that is something to consider. So the ultimate purpose is for us to understand how we are made, how we can help ourselves, other fellow human beings, be compassionate, loving, caring, and not harm anybody or anything, and live in harmony with the nature, and exercise and experience this journey of life to the best of our abilities, leaving positive influences of ours and helping this whole nature as a whole grow, the wisdom of the universe to grow through our experiences, through how we handle life, through what we see and what we strive for to accomplish and help humanity in general. Juan says, what is your beliefs in God? You think he's real, or is he only one more story for people to believe in him? It really doesn't matter what my belief is, but my belief is in learning about humanity and how we can help this world and each other and ourselves to find harmony with this life, rather than focusing on divisions and differences, hate and anger, comparisons, and thinking that other human being has got something over us while that other human being has the same needs as we do. But yet we are looking for the confirmation or affirmation of us through that other person who himself or herself needs affirmation of somebody else, including us. So believing in something better than you is good. But using that excuse that because I believe in something better than me, which is, I call it God, therefore I am now, because I have this belief, I'm now therefore a better than you. I'm better than you. So you're lower than me because I have this belief. That is contrary to the whole idea of religion, because it's supposed to make you more humble. By believing somebody is your something or some entity and some power, some divinity is better and it's more powerful and in higher in quality and pure than you, you're supposed to be more humble, not to use that supposedly connection or belief to belittle others or bring about differences between you and the others to make yourself feel good. So if your purpose to be religious is to gain a certain kind of a higher ground in your opinion, therefore to use it to make yourself feel good by thinking you're better than somebody else, well, that defeats the whole purpose of the religion. The whole purpose of religion is to show you that you should be humble, that you are not what you think you should be by trying to put others down or be better or think you're better than the other people. It's supposed to show you humility, to understand that we're so small. Our ego is not supposed to be ruling us. That's why many of us, through religious beliefs or spiritual beliefs, try to understand and recognize that we are not the creator, that there is something way above us that we're supposed to use as a role model for all the love and the creativity that is done to this nature and protections and all the things that is here. We're supposed to learn from whatever that belief is, whatever that religion path is that you use. We're not supposed to use that as now suddenly you're better than the other one. So the Christians and Muslims and Jews and Hindus and other thousands of other religions that we have, and Buddhists and stuff, not Buddhists. Buddhists don't think they're better than anybody else. They're more in line with the nature's way and the universal mind. But all these different religions, instead of focusing on the teachings of the purpose of the religions to become more in harmony with the others and the environment and the nature and so on, they're using it as to say that, making a statement that mine is better than you. Again, it's the same story as when there was no religion. Before they would say, I'm better than you, I'm stronger, I want the control. And now they say, my religion is better, my religion is stronger, my religion should control, you should become part of us. That's not the right path. It's always good to have beliefs and religion as long as it doesn't jeopardize your understanding of the importance and value of others. It's not supposed to be a way for you to put the others down and think you're better than the others. It's a way for you to be more connected to the others and more in service to the whole humanity and so on, and help things grow and develop. So that's why it's good to have that backing of what you believe in. Now, everybody's quiet. Yesterday we had a chat, and it was wonderful. Lots of questions. Just constantly going, and that was very active. That's the kind of a live talk that I enjoy. Always something to talk about. So, do we have any more questions? Oh, now my timekeeper is not here, I don't think, or maybe he is. Let's see what time it is if we have gone. Okay, we got another 15 minutes to go. So if you have any other question, we can discuss it. Otherwise, I can cut it short and not hold you guys too long. Yeah, thank you, Prince. So I saw it. Thank you, dear. 12:14. Another 15 minutes. And don't forget the videos that you like. Please do share them on your social media. Please do check the site mindthatseekstruth.com. Please do join the Facebook page. That the link could be up there right now, or the ones who know it, you can just search Mind That Seeks Truth Facebook page, and you will find my Facebook page and join it. So there would be any talks or schedules, you will know. For the ones who are in Vancouver, on the 30th of September, I have a signing day at the bookstore Indigo, which is the largest bookstore in Canada, but one of the branches here in West Vancouver. Indigo in West Vancouver in Park Royal Shopping Center. I'll be there to meet you and to chit-chat, and you can take a look at the books and things like that. It's a nice bookstore. It would be an opportunity for us to get acquainted if you're in town. Otherwise, you can go on my site and look at the table of contents of the books and read a sample chapter of the books. You just click on it, it will open up and you can read it. And also, I highly recommend to take a look at that seminar I did, which is on the site, called The End of Fear. It explains the relationship between thought and time and thoughts and fear. And it's an interesting one that I did last year in one of the local universities. And there's 10 minutes of that video is for free. You can take a look, and the whole video is like, I don't know, $8 or something. But it's good for you to take a look at it. And if there's any need for one-on-one consultation, which, as you know, I do that all around the week with all people around the world when they need it. So that you go on the site, you click on Talk to Me for Consultation, and you make a selection on the package that you book it, and then I'll confirm it through Skype, and we'll have a chat on the issue that you will have. And that can be arranged easily. It's been going on for a few years. Now, looks like we don't have any more questions. Everybody is now quiet. So that means we have achieved our purpose to quiet everybody down. And looks like we have no other questions. So on that note, I want to wish you all a wonderful week to come. Take good care of yourself and to the others. Be good to yourself and to the others. And hope things will sort out for you. And look forward to see you next week on Saturday on my own Facebook page, Mind That Seeks Truth. At same time, 11:30 Vancouver time. And of course, looking forward to see your questions again. Princess, what happens if someone schedules a Skype consultation during your live talk? Well, they can request it. It's not like they can request it right away. They will choose the package or the hour or half an hour, whatever they need, and that will be sent to me, and they will have 3 choices of time and day, which they have already chosen, and it comes to me. And I look at it and see which one fits, then we confirm that particular one, and then at a certain time, with the Skype address, and at a certain time, then we talk. So it's not like they choose it and then it interrupts this. It won't, because you'll always have to be confirmed by me to make sure that it's not interfering with any other schedule. That's why you will have 3 choices to make, and those choices comes to me, and I see it, and I confirm it and send the Skype address back, and then we'll be in touch. Okay, so hope all questions are answered. Again, love you all. Thank you very much for being here. Look forward to see you next week, and be good to yourself always. Bye for now.